Thanks for coming back to the Angry Cook today. Today we're going to be making enchiladas. We'll be making, in addition, a Mexican rice from a box. We're not going to do this from scratch today. The ingredients for the enchilada will be, and this is for a pack of 10, by the way, pound of ground beef. We're going to saute that. We're going to be adding onions to the saute also and saute them up nicely. The cilantro's for garnish. The garlic, there's a lot of garlic in this, is going to be for the sauce. In addition, we've got stewed tomatoes, which we're going to cut up a little bit. We've got chili, we've got cumin, we've got rubbed sage, we have salt, we have garlic powder. Is also going to be going into the interior of the enchilada. The sauce is going to have tomato sauce, naturally, beef stock, we have rubbed sage, we have salt, we have flour. By the way, there is flour in that too. We have cumin, chili powder, rubbed sage, and some salt. Of course, as usual, in the ingredients, in the recipe, you'll have the exact ingredients, because I can't remember off the top of my head. First thing we're going to do is we're going to prep. We're going to be cutting up our onions. We're going to be de-skinning our garlic and chopping up our cilantro. Okay, prep time. Let's go to work. I should have sharpened this knife first. I didn't. We'll see how it cuts. Otherwise, I may end up sharpening it. Ooh, that's nice. Better than the crap I have at home, isn't it, huh? I do see me with that. You know how much shit that is. Put the glasses down so I can see as usual. And have, put this, we're going to take a little bit more of the stem end off. You see it's a little bit too, not deep enough for me anyway. That's better. Take the skin off that. But it's really easy if you have it, after you take the top and bottom off, have it, and just peel that whole layer off. And don't screw with it and trying to get the least amount of onion possible. Just go ahead and do it. So we're going to quarter these, and we're just going to chop them up as we see fit. We're going to go this way. And etc. I'll show you this when we're done. As I said, these are chopped. I prefer a very rough chop of my onions. I like to taste the onions in it, so we're going to go through all this, chop them down, quarter, half inch, whatever. Just going to break them apart. That's all I think is necessary. But that's me. You do it the way you want to do it. Of course, it is your food. You make your food your way. Prep all this at one time, so we're only doing, so we're not coming back and forth to the prep table. We're going to use a garlic mincer on the garlic, so I'm just going to take the skin off of here. I do happen to like, I don't have one at home, I do happen to like the garlic mincer. It really makes things easy for the garlic, for you to do garlic. In fact, there's some, you can even actually not take the paper off and do it, although I kind of like to take the paper off. I guarantee you get them off. So we're going to put you on hold again. I'm going to finish the garlic and the cilantro and do that. Okay, we're just finishing up, as you can see, and cilantro. Do it stems at all. Stems have flavor too. Just make sure they're kind of finely chopped, so nobody gets a stem in their face. And there you go. We're chopped up and ready to pop. So we're going to move the camera. over to the stove top, the stove cam, and it'll work. Okay, noticed I added a little oil to the bottom of this. I just don't trust the beef today to have enough fat to not stick even on a non-stick pan. So I've added a little beef to it. We're going to be sticking the beef and then the onions in it. Ouch! I hate splatter. And the prepped onions just get swept in. What's nice about these plastic cutting mats is they kind of fold with you and you can just take them anywhere. And then we're going to break apart the beef. And we're going to make this till the beef is brown, basically. That's where we are. So I'll let you back. I'll get you back. Let you back, get you back when we're just about done here. Just a point, especially on electric stoves. We're starting to braise a little bit. Make sure you keep the heat high enough that it evaporates this stuff as quick as it forms it. So you get a good browning on your stuff and not braising it in water. That's what I was saying about not sure that there was enough liquid in here. It's kind of like a crab game sometimes. This will be all right because I just turned it up to high and this will evaporate out in a second. All right, we're just about done. I have a little bit too much liquid in here, but I'm not going to sweat it because this is going to be baked afterwards anyway. So we're not really dependent upon the browning, so I'm not going to be concerned about it. The onions are still tender, or still crispy. They're not, they haven't gone translucent yet, and I'm okay with that too because I like my onions crispy. And again, it's going to be baked, so we're going to bake in the oven a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to stir in the flour and other seasonings. And it's got flour in it, so do stir it in, okay? Don't just dump it all in and wonder why it's a clumpy mess. A little bit at a time. I just got a mouthful of chili powder. And we're going to end up with the stewed tomatoes in here, which is going to be awesomeness in itself. I bought no salt tomato sauce for the sauce, just on the off chance. I can season it myself, so can you. If there'll be too much salt in it, I'm not worrying about it. That's my grandson again, serenading while I'm cooking. It's an awesome thing. You really got to try it someday. So now we're going to add the stewed tomatoes. I said I was going to cut them down, but I figured I'd look how they come out of the can first, and then I'll crunch them down as necessary. And these are whole and half, so they're going to need a little bit of crunching to go. I am, by the way, going to slice up and add a fresh yellow tomato my wife brought home a day ago or so, and add it as a finishing, which I think is awesome. The one thing I love about summer, besides being warm for a change, is fresh vegetables. I just love them. And I know tomatoes are fruit, so buzz off. So we're going to turn this down on the simmer for 15 minutes. Cover it. We're going to cover for that and put the timer on and start. And I'll be right back with you. Ah, the temper tantrums of a 2-year-old. As you can see, our beef and tomatoes are covered. Started a third of a cup of butter in this pan. It's room temperature, so it's not going to... All right, and we're going to go. The reason I have this knife is to scrape the garlic off the bottom of the press. And that's what's left. Basically, not a lot. I'm going to put it in and do the neck. I think I'll do one, because those are bigger. This is a big one. It just, man, that just saves a ton of time having to mince up garlic. And we'll empty this out of the what I think is skin in a second. And we'll go 2 more. That's really sweet. If you want one, private message me, and I'll tell you where my daughter got it. They're not a sponsor. She's not a sponsor, so I'm not going to give a name out loud. That's about it. That's good. And there is nothing better, and I said this before, and I can't say it enough. Nothing better than fresh garlic being sauteed. I'm telling you. Remember, we don't want to brown it, so we're going to go easy on it. All right. Let's stir in the flour, etc. Again, stir it in so you don't get a big clump of stuff. Trying to move the cup so you can see what's going on in here. It's browning up nicely. And again, we're going to be adding tomato sauce to this. Should give it a nice reddish color, I hope. According to my references, sir. There we go. The last bit in. We're going to cook the flour out a little bit. I'm going to turn that down just a hair to get the flour taste out. Whenever you add flour to any type of gravy or sauce, you want to cook it for 2 or 3, 4 minutes to cook the flour taste out of the flour. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but you taste a sauce that wasn't cooked first after you put the flour in the roux, and then taste one that's been cooked out for about 5 minutes, and you'll see a huge difference in the taste. Trust me on that. This is where we're going to whisk. I got my directions backwards. Imagine that. Slowly add. This is going to be a sauce, remember, so it's going to need a little thick. So you don't want to dump it all in there at once and then have to wait for it to thicken if it ever does. So you want the broth to interact. Can you see that? Yep, you can see that. With the roux we have in here. And splish and splash. Those new coverings I'm not terribly fond of. Let's see. Get around the corners. Corners. You don't have a corner in a circle, do you? Get around the edges is what I meant. And let it thicken up. To do that, we're going to bring it to a boil. Flour needs to boil to thicken with whatever liquid you put in it. So it's not going to thicken if you don't boil it. Cornstarch, on the other hand, as long as the liquid is warm, relatively warm, I mean in the hot range, it's going to thicken up. So, we wait. We're going to taste it too. After I put the tomatoes in, just to check for seasonings. We're waiting for this little dark. Oh, it is thickening. I can feel it in the bottom. Keep a good stir on it. Don't stir it constantly, but stir it so it knows you're there. Just keep that going. See how that is? Where you can draw across it. That's thickened nicely and not too much. So we'll add. By the way, do you see the yellow color to that? Yellowish orange? That's the cumin, by the way. I'm going to add the tomato in. Got a nice red color now. Give it a good taste, see if we have enough salt and pepper. I'm liking it. Enough cumin to let you know it's there. And we got 3.5 minutes to go on this guy. We're going to start the rice a little bit, then the oven's up to speed, and I'm going to cut for just a couple of minutes. Alright, here we go. We have tortillas, which you can't see, it's off cam. Alright. We have 10 tortillas. You can warm them up if you wish. They're going to bake for half an hour. I couldn't see the reason why. So, that's a little warm cut again. Alright, and action again. Take 2. We have about 10 tortillas. You can warm them up if you like. It's not necessary, I think, anyway, because you're putting them in the oven for half an hour. So, take a tortilla. Put about 1/4 cup of sauce of the seasoned meat on. Spread it out a little bit. Do it off center, and you'll see why I think in a second. And I left my freaking cheese on the other counter. Put a couple of tablespoons of cheese, depending upon how much you like the cheese. This could be Gouda, could be Mexican cheese, which is what I'm using. Could be Munster and Colby Jack, or whatever you want. Whatever pleases your palate. Again, it's your meal, not mine. I'm just showing. We're going to fold this over, place it seam side down. Let's go again. Off center, spread it out. A couple of tablespoons of cheese. Roll. Seam side down. Ooh, that one almost came apart. Woo! But we saved it! And etc. and so on for 10. So we're going to put you on pause again. Just quickly, I thought my sheet was going to be big enough, but I've got 4 on here. I'm probably going to fit 6 or 7. Make sure you use a large sheet pan, or use a baking dish that has sides on it so you can stack them. Just a hint. I'm probably going to end up with a couple down here, but doesn't matter. And 9. I think I'll do it this way, I don't know why. I've got a little bit of mix left over. I'm sorry, 10. This is 10. I'm just going to sprinkle this over the top and put the sauce on top of that, the excess sauce on top of that, and we do have a bunch. So it should be awesomeness. I'm running out of cheese, so there's probably going to be mozzarella on top of this, because I love mozzarella and because that's what I got. Again, it's what you have. There we go. guy. Sprinkle it all out, I hope, as best I can. You probably can't see any of this, and that's all right. We'll see it in a minute. Right down the old center. If we were a restaurant, of course, you wouldn't be doing this, but then again, we're not a restaurant, are we? Why, no, we're not. Down here, a little bit more. Down here, top of you, put some of you. Woo. Woo, 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 woo. And lightly drizzle the sauce. All the sauce goes on now. All the balance. Make sure you save enough for all of them. So go lightly at first and then finish up. Even this guy, he's going to get some, that's going to go all over the oven. You want to bet? And this is going on the table, so we're going to be able to see, scoop up some of the excess sauce if it hasn't coagulated in the bottom of the pan. Oh, God. I think I just took something out that's important. We've got most of that. Okay, there's that. Can you see that? Yes, you can. I have a monitor over here, over there, which is running on my tablet, so I can see what's going on. That's why I look over there often, just to see if things are in frame. It beats the crap out of before when I had stuff out of frame most of the time. I'm really trying not to do that to y'all. To y'all. Shuckins. I don't think that's enough cheese by a little bit. So we're going to do some more cheese. We're not. Yes, we are. We got mozzarella out the cojones in there. Easy open package, means you can't open it. It's like child-proof caps. Only kids can open. Oh, get in there. Nobody goes to waste. I think I got some sauce running out the end there. We'll have to see about that. Add some mozzarella finally to that. Make sure the ends have mozzarella on them. That's kind of wimpy, wimpy, wimpy. Jay just found a piece of cheese I'm calling for. Imagine that. We're going to wipe up our mess here, so we're going to try to keep the oven semi-clean. All right, boys and girls. Enchiladas. 10 enchiladas, two a piece, speeds 5. Middle tray, or middle shelf, 30 minutes. We'll see you back here later. All right, boys and girls, here we are. We are breaking her out of the oven. And away we go. And a little spaghetti sauce in there. Sauce in the oven, but not a lot. So I'm cleaning that out. It just happened too. Amazing. So here we are. The mozzarella is just starting to firm up. If you use another cheese that's not as heat tolerant, you may want to put this in for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Put the cheese on and put it until it browns. Little cilantro on top. Cilantro. And my son-in-law wants jalapenos, so we're going to put some chopped jalapenos onto them and put them on the table in case he wants more. There we go. Over the side. And on the table. And we'll be back. And here we have the Jade Monster ready because dinner's ready. There you go. Enchiladas with mozzarella and Mexican cheese and a grape filling. Mexican rice. Got some tomatoes, fresh tomato to put on top. And we're done. And yes, I got a haircut, and yes, I shaved. So we'll see you later. Thanks for seeing the Saturday edition.